Bam, we're live. Hello.
Bam, bam, bam. We're live. We're live. We're live. We're live. We're live.
Stoked to see you all here. I mean, sorry, you here. The burpee dude. One dude. Holy cow, so many new members. Crazy. Money well spent. I am going to get a new boat. Crazy. So many exciting things happening today. I'm pumped to share with you guys. How about 24-hour fitness not allowing people to wear the American flag on their clothing? It's really fascinating. You can't. Hi, Noodles. How are you? Good to see you. Love catching Sevi live. Hi, Noodles. I love noodles. I don't really eat noodles, but I want to show you this. What's my Instagram? Sevon. What's my name? Sevon. Sevon Matosian. Jeez, I don't even come up in my own search. How about this? How about this? The memo said it encourages employees to bring their full selves to work every day and then lists that team members can wear apparel that shows their solidarity and support for the following movements. Black Lives Matter. I don't know if you remember, but Black Lives Matter is basically a terrorist organization inciting riots, burning down billions of dollars of real estate, putting thousands of businesses out of business. Oh, never mind. Here comes our guest. Hey, dude.
What's up, guys? How's it going?
What's up, Dalton?
How you doing?
Good. I love your hat. Yeah, boy. Where's mine?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, boy.
Let's go.
Hey, dude. How about 24-hour fitness not allowing people to wear American flags? Employees. Seriously? I was just reading this. You're allowed to wear Black Lives Matters clothing, Pride or Pride Rainbow logo, June 2nd logo, but you're not allowed to wear the American flag or American United States logo unless it's on federal holidays like Memorial Day, Flag Day, or Veterans Day.
That's some bullshit.
24-hour fitness. That's in the name of inclusivity. I'm pretty sure Black Lives Matter got thousands and thousands of black people killed and thousands of their homes and small businesses burnt down.
Yeah, but are you surprised?
I'm pretty sure there is no pride or rainbow flag anymore. I'm pretty sure the gay people have been co-opted by pedophiles and mentally ill people called trannies. The poor black people and gay people, it's crazy. Their shit just got run over by psychopaths.
I know, bro.
Fucking A. How about Martin Luther King Day and we all just chill and have a barbecue? And now we got fucking... It went from Martin Luther King as their hero to fucking George Floyd. It went from Denzel Washington to George Floyd. It's like fucking A.
Bro, I just saw a video yesterday on Instagram where it was a news station, whatever, and the guy was like, how would you feel if I identified as a black male?
Yeah.
And there's a black gay male on the show arguing that, and he's like, that's intellectually dishonest.
Yes.
He's like, but I'd be fine identifying as a female. He's like, it's not the same thing. Gender and race aren't the same thing. And it's like, he's like, would you accept the fact that I said I identified as a black male? He said no. And he said, okay then. And then they just finished it up right there.
You know what's crazy too is I just saw this clip that there's a wider variety in genetic variations in black people than there are in white people, meaning the shortest people on the planet are black and the tallest people on the planet are black. The smallest nose on the planet come from black people and the largest. So even to be dividing by race is absolutely fucking insane.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
But then on top of that, if you go to the tranny thing, how are these people that are gay? How did these trannies and pedophiles and all these weird fucking things get attached to their cause? All my gay friends hate it. They're like, get the fuck out of here.
Yeah,
we're not mentally ill. We just like, I have a dick and I like dick. It's fucking weird.
For this came out of nowhere. It seems like the last 5 years it just got worse and worse and worse. And
yeah,
now to the point where, like, if you don't conform to it, you're the bad guy. You're the mentally ill person.
And then here's the thing also. I don't care if they do it, just don't make me believe it. Like, I don't care. Just don't force it on me or my kids.
Exactly.
I'm not forcing the flag onto you. I'm not forcing freedom onto you.
You're not going to believe it either way, but they're going to try their best to make you believe it.
Dude, I'm tripping because I think that this is like this fight you're going to have could be a main event pay-per-view. Like, if people fucking knew, this could be like a UFC fucking main event fight. This is like so crazy, this fight. It's two young future stars at 185 pounds who, God, this fight is so big, dude. God damn, this fight is so big. This fight is crazy on Saturday, dude. I don't mean to put more I had Norbert on this morning. I had never met him before. Holy shit. Yeah, I had him on this morning. Yeah, this morning. Holy shit. Yeah, this fight's going to be crazy, dude. This fight, I mean, you guys are like the future of the fucking sport.
Listen, I don't know why the hell they're not promoting it more. And I feel like it's flying under the radar. Not enough people are talking about it. And, I mean, at the end of the day, it's not my job to do that. I mean, it partially is, but, you know, Bellator could be doing a better job. PFL could be doing a better job of promoting.
Well, your job's to be training and put on a great fight and go out there and look like a professional. And same with him. But I don't know how anyone, this thing is fucking nuts, dude. This thing, you guys are the two of the most determined people on the fucking planet right now. You're both young. There's so much for anyone who's followed you. There's so much crazy hype behind both of you. This thing is going to be a fucking banger.
Yeah, it should be a fun one. I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, I saw in an interview that you said that you asked for this fight. Did you actually ask for him by name?
Yeah, I asked for him and Khalid Murtazaliyev. And reason I did is because you look at the landscape of the middleweight division in Bellator, and Fabian Edwards already fought Johnny Eblen for the title. And then he gets a rematch against Johnny after he beat Aaron Jeffrey.
Uh-huh.
And then they, on the other end of that, you have, they named that the number one contender fight. And now Fabian Edwards is number one contender. And then they had another number one contender fight with Costello Van Steenis and Gregory Babin, which doesn't make sense to me because Costello Van Steenis lost his last fight before that. And then the fight before that, it was his first fight in 2 years. He had a 2-year layoff. And then he had a fight that he won against a no-name guy. And then he had another fight against Douglas Lima that he ended up losing. And then all of a sudden, him and Gregory Babin, who wasn't even in the top 10 rankings in Bellator before it got sold, now they're fighting for the number one spot. It makes no sense to me. And, I mean, everything that I did lead up to that point, I was on an 8-fight win streak, you know, didn't have the greatest performance in my last outing, lost to Aaron Jeffrey, but he was supposed to have the next shot. He didn't want to wait. He took the fight against Fabian Edwards, and now it's like I got kind of put on the back burner. You know, it is what it is. But
some of those guys you're naming aren't even in the top 9.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. It's the point I was getting to, I guess, was that when you look at the landscape of the division, you take Costello Van Steenis out, Gregory Babin, because they were both fighting each other, Fabian Edwards, Aaron Jeffrey, because they were fighting each other. And this is a month and a half, or no, this is two months after they fought already. I need a dancing partner. You know what I mean? So I go down the list, and you have Khalid Murtazaliyev right there. He's 3-1 in Bellator, but I believe he's like 19-3 overall. So I was looking. You have this Austin Vanderford, my teammate. Not going to fight him. Douglas Lima, he just redid his whole entire contract. Nobody knows what was going on with him in the promotion. Grant Neal, he ended up fighting on that card in Belfast as well. Anatoly Tokov, I'm pretty sure he got cut. Gegard Mousasi, he got cut. And then you look at Fabian Edwards.
They're cut? Those guys have been cut from Bellator?
Yes. And so you look at the rest of the
So you're really ranked number 3?
Technically, but I mean, I'm not really paying attention to those rankings because obviously the way they're setting up these number one contender fights, it really doesn't mean nothing. I mean, Fabian Edwards is ranked number 1, sure. That makes sense. He beat Aaron Jeffrey, who beat me. Sure, he gets the rematch, but then this Costello Vanstinas out of the blue, out of left field, getting the number 1 shot. Is he even in top 10? No.
No. But neither's Norbert. Where's Norbert?
Yeah, so he's not. So the names, I didn't even know who. After I heard they cut Tokov and they cut Musasi, and then they also cut Vanderford. Now that I'm thinking about it, Austin told me they cut Vanderford. So you look at the rest of the division, I'm like, okay, Douglas ain't fighting because he's not. There's something going on between him and the promotion. Khalid Murders leaves the next guy, then Grant Neal. Grant Neal already fought in Belfast. So I was like, okay, give me Khalid Murders to leave. And they're like, okay, we'll see what we can do. And then I start looking at the rest of the roster and like who's a fight that can, push me up the rankings more that doesn't already have a fight set. And it needs to be somebody in Europe because they're making these fights in Europe for the first half of the year. So then I'm looking through the roster and I see Norbert Novenu's name. And I'm like, okay, this guy. So I sent it to my coach. I sent it to my manager. And then they sent it over to Mike Kogan. And I told them either Khalid Murders leave and Norbert Noveni. And they made this one happen.
Did you know about him before? Like, had you ever seen him fight?
Yeah, I've watched a few of his fights. He's pretty good.
Yeah, I mean, had you seen him fight before you wanted to fight him?
Yeah, I've watched him fight before.
It's that and he trains with
Michael Venom Page. MVP.
Michael Venom Page, and he's got that karate style, and he's got his leg out there, and he's popping in and out, in and out, in and out.
Mm-hmm.
For a guy like that, is there like a crazy plan put together?
No, I'm just gonna go out there and fight, man.
I told him, I said, hey, dude, I love Dalton Rosta. I said, I want to give him some advice to beat you. Like, and he's like, well, it's going to be hard. I mean, he's like, it's going to be hard. I'm weird. It's fucking weird. Did you watch Kevin Holland fight?
MVP, yes.
Yeah.
It is an awkward style, but I fought against that style before. Obviously, it's not the same exact person, but I fought the style before. I've actually trained that style back home where I'm from. I don't use it, obviously, but it was something just to add to my game, a different viewpoint of looking at fighting and just training different martial arts. So I trained a little bit. I fought against a guy like that, and I've done a lot of studying, obviously. I tried getting some sparring in with Wonder Boy. Wonder Boy ended up getting hurt. So I had guys down here at ATT mimicking him, and I think I have a pretty good game plan going in, and I'm excited about this one, man. I think this could be a viral knockout for me, and I think this can really, elevate my career.
Both of you have such crazy potential to be like superstars. Like, I look at this guy and I'm like, oh shit, like he's like he reminds me of like Patty the Batty, but he's not crazy. Do you know what I mean? He's more sober than Patty. No, I don't mean in his fighting style. I mean in his showmanship. He's not a fucking psychopath. Hey, I said this to Norbert. I was like, hey, dude, this is the advice I would, because after watching the Kevin Holland fight, I felt like Kevin Holland was trying to figure Michael Venom Page out. And at some point, it's like, you better not try to figure this out. You better just rush in there and grab this fucking guy.
I mean, that's one way of looking at it, I suppose, but that's not the way I'm going to go in there and do it.
No, you have a plan. Yeah,
100%. But, everybody has a plan until they get punched in the mouth. Famous Mike Tyson line right there.
Right.
And, the game plan can go out the window in the first minute. But I'm very confident in my skills. I'm confident in the way I've grown. I'm confident in the fighter I was before.
Right.
This fight camp, before his name came across my, my computer. I just put it like this. Before I was as confident as I possibly could be. Now I'm even more confident. So the fight camp I put in, the work I put in this camp, the shape I'm in, everything, I'm ready to go.
When you see that he's undefeated, does that kind of remind you, like, let me ask you this. Was there a mindset shift in you since you had your loss? Like, no. You hear fight? No, not at all.
No.
You don't think you're more?
I had an off night, man.
But do you think you're more confident now? Like less nervous, less protect? I don't know. That something has changed. Like some relief.
No.
Pressure's still on full blast.
Yeah, 100%. I think in my mind, you know, I should still be 9-0. That kid that beat me wasn't good enough to beat me. I made a lot of mistakes during that fight, and I pretty much gave the fight to him. You know, I don't want to take anything away from Aaron Jeffrey. Obviously, he executed his game plan. His game plan was to go in there and try to make me tired and just wear on me, let me use all my energy. You could hear his corner in between the rounds if you watch the fight back. You know, obviously that was the game plan. He executed it. I played into it. You know, hindsight's 2020. Obviously, I would go and fight a different way if I could again, but I can't. You know, and I got the loss. I think I'm a much better fighter than I actually know I am, not just think I am. He just happened to be the better guy on that night. And if we fight again and again and again and again, I'll beat him every single time. And I feel the same way about Norbert Aveni. You know, if he's looking at this like, okay, yeah, undefeated fighter going against a guy that's 8-1, you know, lost his last fight. Sure, go ahead and look at the fight that way if you want to. But in my mind, the guy I lost to, I'm much better. You know, he just happened to be on that night when we fought. He was the better man, and now it counted against our record. But, you know, I fight that guy 10 times. I beat that guy 9 more times. And it's not going to make a difference.
Your last MMA fight was in, was that July?
August of last year.
August of last year. So we're rolling up on a year. And then you did a grappling match.
Yep. That was in Pittsburgh. I got asked to do a grappling, like a super fight in a cage and against like a black belt from the area. So I did that.
And how was that?
It was good. Almost had like 2 submissions during the match. Didn't finish them, obviously, but I got the decision win. I dominated the match against a seasoned black belt. So, you know, that's another part of my game that a lot of people haven't got to see yet, because a lot of my fight is either spent standing or ground and pounding on the ground. I usually don't use submissions, but they're there. If the opportunity presents itself, I will take it.
I know we've talked about this before, but every fight for a fighter is like the Super Bowl. Like, you guys don't have any season games. It's like, it's always like, it's all or nothing. It's all on the line. There's not like, oh, it's just a little bit on the line. We can come back tomorrow night.
Yeah. Every fight's the most important.
Yeah. Fucking wild, dude. And, the fight's in Dublin.
Yes, sir.
And do you know where people can watch it?
HBO Max. They're streaming it on. I think they're going to be showing the prelim start. Don't quote me on this, but from what I've read, what I've seen, it starts at 12 p.m. noon Eastern time on June 22nd, Saturday, June 22nd.
And what about DAZN?
It might be on there too. I'm not sure. I know for sure it's on HBO Max, but I did see some stuff about it being on DAZN as well.
It's crazy. This is what I'm talking about. It's so fucking nuts. This is such a big fight, and I can't believe it's just not like so easy to watch.
Like I said, that's not my area of expertise.
Right.
It'd be easy for me to critique it, but you know, I'll leave that to them.
Do they set up interviews for you to do or anything like that, or podcasts or anything, or it's just all just basically with you and your agent?
A little bit of both. So,
yeah.
You know, obviously you reached out to me directly. I had a few other people reach out to me directly that I've done podcasts, interviews and stuff with recently. And then PFL/Bellator set up some interviews that I'm actually going to be doing tomorrow. They kind of try to string them together throughout the entire day. So tomorrow from like 2 to 5, I'm going to be doing interviews back to back to back.
Hey, do you like that part of it? Do you mind the media part?
I don't mind it at all. You know,
yeah.
Sometimes I like it, but it all depends on the person that I'm doing an interview with. Some of them are, you know, cookie cutter questions. It's the same shit over and over and over again. But, you know, sometimes you get shit out of left field, and, you know, it makes things more fun, more exciting. And it's just a different platform to talk on sometimes. So it just depends on the person, really.
I heard you say in an interview I watched last night that you're flying out on Tuesday.
No, I was flying out on Monday, arriving on Tuesday, but they switched it. So now I'm flying out on Sunday, arriving on Monday.
Oh, is that nice?
I mean, I don't really care. Is Dublin an altitude or anything? I don't know.
No, I don't think so. Just an island, just fucking a city on the beach, I think. City on the water, I think.
Yeah, so I think it's just maybe it's better for the time change.
That's what
But
I was thinking.
but besides that, I'm not worried about it. If I would have got to stay till Monday, I would have got to be able to do my Monday morning practice and go to the airport straight from there. Now I fly out a day earlier. I get to get settled in a day earlier, and then I have a coach come with my striking coach coming with me. So we're gonna be doing some workouts out there, and yeah. So either way, I'm cool with it.
Just 2 people go, Dalton, just you and your striking coach?
Yeah, he's coming with me at first, and then Mike Brown, my
Oh.
grappling and head coach, will be there. I think he leaves Wednesday and gets in Thursday because he's done a lot of traveling recently. He went with Dustin Poirier for his fight against Islam Makhachev, and then he just went with Kyoji Horiguchi to Rizin in Japan. I think he just got back yesterday.
Dude, that dude must be so fucking busy. Does that dude have a family and kids and shit?
He has a girlfriend and dogs, but I don't think he has any kids. But yeah, he is busy, and that's why he's coming out on Wednesday because he wants to be able to teach a couple classes and everything next week because there's a lot of fighters in that gym. And then he's coming out Wednesday, gonna be there Thursday for me. Friday fights on Saturday, and then we all fly back on Sunday, and then he's with Andre Arlovsky the following week. I think it's in Vegas.
Is that a UFC fight?
Yeah, UFC. Andre Arlovsky. He's a heavyweight.
Yeah, he's fucking been around he's a dinosaur. He's been around forever.
Long time, man.
So you're surrounded with just the cream of the crop.
Yeah, I mean, you got guys like him. You got Junior Dos Santos. You had Amanda Nunes, Dustin Poirier, Jorge Masvidal. You got all these big name guys that have been through it, the legends. Some of them are coaches like Pitbull, Thiago Alves. You got Mike Brown, who's a legend. You even got some of the striking coaches are kickboxing legends like Artem Levin and Ketel Kubis, and then my coach is Anderson Franca. And then you still got the up and comers. You got a lot of big names that are fighting right now. And you got up and comers that not a lot of people know about that are really good in the gym as well.
Like dudes you see that you're like, oh shit, they're gonna know him.
Yeah, for sure. There's a few of them that aren't even in the UFC or Bellator yet. Like one of my boys named Christian Turner. He's 5-2, I believe, is a pro now. But he started off, I think, 3-2. Fought 2 really good wrestlers. Was at the gym, American Top Team in Atlanta. Made the move down here, and from what I've seen, he's progressed greatly. He has great striking. His wrestling's come along. His wrestling defense and his wrestling offense. He's taken people down too, even though he's a striker. Super slick striking. And I think he's gotten a lot better since he's here. And he's only 22 years old, so he's young. And I think maybe 2 years he'll be in the UFC, and a lot of people will know him soon after that.
Dublin is 66 feet above sea level. Okay, that's good. Hey, Dalton, how old are you?
I'm 28.
And Dalton, I just remember from just previous talks with you that you're basically an independent man. You're not surrounded by family.
No.
And go ahead. Sorry.
My dad passed away. I don't really talk to my mom or too much of my other family. I talk to my sister Paige a lot, and I've been trying to talk to my family a little bit more. But I still like to stay isolated for most of them, and I just talk with them here and there. But the only one I talk to regularly is my sister Paige.
And so fighting is you're all in. There's are there any distractions in your life?
No, I mean, I wake up in the morning, I go train, I come back, I either sit on the couch and watch TV or play a video game until the next practice, just to rest, unwind, get my mind off fighting for a little bit, or I take a nap, and then I'm back to practice at nighttime. And, doing cold plunges, doing sauna, massage therapy, chiropractor, the diet, supplements, everything. I got my functional medicine sponsor. I do the injectable vitamins, the injectable peptides, stuff like that. I'm all in. And I don't think there's much more that I can do to increase the likelihood that I become champion. So right now I'm putting in all the work. I'm getting better day by day. And I think this camp, I've grown a lot. And I'm willing to bet that it's going to show within the first or second round in this upcoming fight.
Can you tell me, by the way, someone said, why Dalton's been on the show, Jeff, like a few other times, and we've gone into quite detail about his upbringing and his family. Some great shows. Tell me, what do you mean? What's it like? What are the things? What's it like to know you're getting better? Like, or what are some of the observations you make about yourself?
Just like some of the people you're going against in the gym. Closing the gap between you and people that are better than you, or maybe somebody's better in a specific area. Whereas like I might be a better wrestler than somebody, they might be a better striker, or vice versa. And then in sparring, or whether you're in those specific training practices, whether it be wrestling or striking or whatever, just all MMA sparring with small gloves, big gloves, whatever, you're able to, it's like a benchmark almost. You use the person as a benchmark, and you don't want to look too far into that, because sometimes people are just trying to work on something and they're not necessarily trying to win the round. And sometimes some people they're trying to win every single round. They don't care if they're getting better or not. So it just depends on the person also. But it's just a feeling yourself too. Not only who I'm going with, but I can just feel the difference myself physically and mentally, and it's like I said, some a little bit of the sparring partners, a little bit of the training partners, and then a lot of it's myself.
Like you wake up and you're like, fuck, I'm different today. I'm different. I'm moving better. I'm stronger. I'm faster. I'm smarter. I'm seeing more.
Yeah. And some days you go into practice and you're like, fuck, I'm tired, but it's because you trained 2 or 3 times the day before, and the day before that, and the day before that. And it's finally catching up to you. And you might train once hard that day and you get through it. And you're like, okay, I could have taken today off, or I could have slacked off and not given it 100%, and then you wouldn't have got better. But then you leave that practice and you know that you left it all on the mat, or you left it all in the cage, or all in the weight room, or if you're doing a run, you left it all out there. Then 100% that you got better that day, and it wasn't a waste, and you mentally pushed through it as well.
Standy Randy, hi, nice to see you. Great outfit. I can't. There we go.
I got hat hair right now. I got hat hair.
You didn't mistake it. What is Dalton's fighting size, weight, and height?
I am 6 foot, and right now I weigh about 205. And what's it mean fighting size?
He'll fight at 185.
Yeah, middleweight.
And I'm still comfortable getting down to 185 for you?
Yeah, I mean, listen, cutting weight sucks no matter what, but it's still, for me, it's easy to make 185 just because I do everything correctly, but it still sucks. The night before when you're ready to cut the water, you're like, this is going to suck. It's going to be a shitty 12 hours, but you get through it.
Let me see if I have a, give me a second here. Standy, here, hold on a second. Let me show you something. Here we go. Standy, this is Dalton. This is Dalton. This is Dalton when he's fighting. This is what he's gonna look like when he walks into the ring. There you go. There you go. Judge away. He's fuckable, I'd say. He's breeding material. How speaking of fuckable, how is your I know you had a very serious girlfriend. You still have her?
Yes.
Awesome. Congratulations. That's awesome.
Thank you. She's in the room right next door.
Look at you went from a 7 to a 9.2. Okay, well, that's good.
I didn't even see her put the 7.
Yeah.
All right. Fine.
All right. 10 out of 10 for sure. Would be 11 if he was taller. Jesus Christ, he's 6 fucking foot. What am I? Someone rate me. I'm 5'5". Someone rate me. You won't get any shirtless
photos.
photos.
Put lifts in my shoes.
He doesn't lisp. How's that? It's got to be worth something. He doesn't got a lisp. Dalton, what are the things? Is there anything noticeably different about this fight for you, or the way Mike Brown talks to you, or the coaches, or does it seem like this is just another fight? Like you're 8-1. You're at a pretty. This seems like you're arguably 1 or 2 fights away from the championship. Does any of the conversation become different?
No. I think every fight's the same for me and for them. Like you said earlier, like every fight's kind of like your Super Bowl. every fight's the biggest fight of your entire life. So right now, this fight is really all I'm focused on, and it's the biggest fight to me and to my coaches of my career, because none of the shit that I did in the past matters now. The only person I'm focused on is Norbert. So we'll address the other shit after this fight.
Do you the other guys you fought, like when you fought Aaron Jeffries or any of these other guys, do you sense they come in the ring like that too? The cage closes, you're looking at the guy and you're like, yep, here we are, two guys who are, does it always feel like, yep, all 8 of these wins that you have, fuck, these guys came, this is it, this is 100% them?
Yeah, none of that matters. Like I said, though, like whenever you're in a cage with somebody new, it doesn't matter what you did to the 8 or 9 guys before that, or if they got 10, 12 fights, whatever. It doesn't matter what they did before that, because they got a new person standing in front of them.
Right.
And different fighting style, and that person has gotten better if they haven't been slacking off or just going to the gym and going through the motions. So you got a completely different fighter standing in front of you than that you did in their 7, 8 fights before that.
This is a 3-round fight?
Yes.
Any in your cardio's otherworldly, right?
Yeah, my last fight, I got tired, but it had nothing to do with my conditioning leading up to the fight. I'm not the one to make excuses. I'm not in the business of doing that, so I'm going to still leave that behind closed doors. But just know that won't be an issue this fight.
And you're known to have crazy conditioning.
Yeah, I'm known to put on a high pace and dictate where the fight goes.
Yeah, every time I've seen you fight, it's like just the pressure's fucking insane.
It's not going to change this fight.
And the difference between, have you ever fought a 5-round fight?
I have not. I've trained 5 rounds in training before. It's a different pace than a 3-round fight. I prefer fighting 3-round fights just because of my style of fighting, but I can do 5 rounds as well.
And so for people who don't know, the conventional wisdom, and correct me if I'm wrong, around a 3-round fight, and the distinction between a 5-round fight is that you can't, there's not a lot of time for dilly-dallying, because there's only going to be 3 scores. And so ideally you want to, like, you have to start fighting quicker, and there has to be usually more violence in it than a 5-round fight.
Yeah, but this fight, I don't want to let it go to the judges. I'm not interested in a 3-round score. I'm interested in a finish. And as long as I'm hunting for it the entire time, it'll come. And if it doesn't come, I would imagine the way that I'm going to fight, that it would be a sweep on the scorecards too.
When you land in Dublin, how much will you weigh when you land on Sunday?
I don't know. Sometimes you hold a little weight whenever you fly. So anywhere in between 203 and 208 probably. And
then do you eat plain food, or you bring all your own shit?
Well, I'm going to bring food for probably the day that I travel, because it's like 19 hours.
I
think the flight. And then I was talking to Dakota Disheva, and she fought there, and she said for her, like, weight cut, she just found like a healthy grocery store that they do like hot and ready food there, and she went there, so I might give that a try.
And then but the weight cut begins immediately, right?
No. I diet, and then I still drink all my water. I drink electrolytes, salt, potassium. I do everything. And then even the day of the fight, or not the day of the fight, the day before weigh-ins, the last day where most nutritionists and everything had the fighters stop drinking water. They're like, okay, you're just going to cease from drinking water, and we're going to do a water cut. I still drink a gallon of water that day.
Okay.
And still make weight. So I'm doing it the proper way. And that's why, like, I see some of these nutritionists, the way they handle some of my teammates and handle some of these fighters. I don't tell the fighters that, because I don't want to get in their heads about their performance, or, you don't know how that'll affect somebody. But in my head, the way that I see them handle some of these fighters, there's no way in hell I'd let them touch my fucking fight camp. There's no way in hell I'd let them control my weight cut or my diet or any of that. It's like, they don't even know what the hell they're doing. Most of these nutritionists never cut weight a day in their fucking life. And most of them don't look great themselves. And it's like, a lot of people are like, oh, well, you don't have to look great to know what you're doing. Sure. But who's going to go to a dentist that has shitty teeth?
Oh, good point.
Good
point.
I'm fucking not. So
hey, tell me about the logic. So I'm just making this up, but you keep drinking water because it's so easy to sweat it out, but you still want to keep the body hydrated and keep all the body works on, like, I guess, a lot of hydrodynamics. So you want to provide water for the body to do all of its normal functions, but you also know you could sweat out a gallon easy.
Yeah, the thing is like another thing I don't understand is when they have them stop drinking water 24 hours before weigh-ins. That's
Yeah.
24 hours without water for your body. Plus, you're going to be doing like a severe weight cut. You're sweating a shit ton. Your body's going to be at an increased core temperature for most of that time, getting the weight off.
Yeah.
And for me, if I drink water, a gallon of water that day, I'm going to piss out all of it. You know what I mean?
Okay.
I'm gonna return. I haven't started cutting water yet, so whatever I drink, I'm gonna fucking piss out. And then as soon as I'm done drinking water at the end of the day, that's whenever I start my actual weight cut. I throw my sauna suit on. I get in the sauna. I throw on my sweats. I do the workout on the pads, a little bit of grappling, get the sweat going, sit in the sauna, take a break, get back in the sauna, take a break, get back in the sauna. And I try to get on weight at night, but it's like if I feel I'm too thirsty, my mouth's too dry, if I can't sleep, I'll drink and then I'll just cut it in the morning. I typically am able to get off 10 to 12 pounds of water within an hour and a half.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
And so the fight is on Saturday, the 22nd. And when are the weigh-ins?
Friday, the day before. I don't know what time they are, but they're always the day before.
And going there, do you already have a place set up to where, like, hey, like Mike's already called a gym there and it's all set up, and when you guys go there, you have a spot to like get your shit on, groove on, bags and whatever?
Not yet. I'm probably going to talk to him about that this week before I leave, but they usually have stuff set up in the hotel, like little workout rooms and stuff like that. And I'm having my coach there, and we're going to be hitting mainly pads and stuff like that. I mean, if I wanted to get some rolls in somewhere with somebody, that'd be an option. But also during fight week, you don't want to risk getting cut or getting hurt. So
do you stress about that, having everything right, making sure that stuff, or no?
Yeah, whenever it comes to that stuff, I'm a little bit of a perfectionist. So if I'm missing something, I get a little anxious.
What do you travel with? Is there anything you travel with? Like, I guess your gloves?
Yeah, my gloves, a couple pairs of sweats, because sometimes the day before I start the weight cut, just like a little bit of heat acclimation while I'm working out, I'll throw the sweats on while I'm hitting pads and doing everything and start that process. And then the sauna suit, obviously, to go underneath my sweats the day that I actually start cutting weight, the night before weigh-ins. Wrestling shoes usually, because I'll tuck my sauna suit and everything into my socks and then put wrestling shoes on to hit pads and work out in. Usually throw a beanie up top too. Don't let the heat escape anywhere.
Jump rope?
No, I don't jump much rope.
No.
I did this camp, but it's not very good on my knees or my ankles. I usually have problems with them if I do that too much.
And whose idea was it then to bring it back for this camp?
Just me, just trying new shit. I was doing like footwork on the ladder, jogging distance, doing a lot of sprints, changing up sparring partners. Like I was working with somebody that was doing a good job imitating my opponent. And then I just wanted to switch it up just in case I see something different during the fight. You know what I mean? So having to adjust on the fly. And there was points during the camp that I was getting two guys to spar me in one round, where like one guy would come in for 2.5 minutes. The other guy would come in for 2.5 minutes. And then sometimes when they started getting tired because I was putting a pace on them, they would only be in for 1.5 minutes. Then the other guy would come in for 1.5 minutes. Then the other guy would come back in for 1 minute, and then another minute, for a cumulative amount of 5 minutes. And then I get a 1 minute break. I'm working the whole 5 minutes, and they get 3 minutes and 30 seconds break every single round. And they're only working for 2.5 minutes each total. You see what I'm saying? So no matter what, I have a fresh guy on me when I'm tired.
Yeah.
So I did a little bit of that.
Yeah.
I did sprints. I stopped lifting weights. I did more stretching. And that's it, really.
Do you do that for other guys too?
Like split rounds?
Yeah, like let's say, so you're done with this fight.
Hell no, bro.
No?
I'm too fucking good, bro. If I split rounds with somebody, dude, somebody might actually get knocked out, dog.
So, but there's not people who are training who are like, hey, Dalton, will you be one of the guys? Like, will you prep me for my fight and be one of the guys to split rounds? No.
No, I help guys for their fights coming up. Like I'll imitate like one of their opponents, but I'm not gonna, okay, I'll do 2.5 minutes. Another guy comes in and does
Because you'll just be too good the whole time.
Yeah, and it's not like a good look for them because then they went 2.5 minutes with somebody else, and I come in and I'm fucking fresh. Yeah. And they already had 2.5 minutes with somebody else who's already high level, and then I'm coming in and I'm gonna be putting. It's not a good look for them because it's not realistic. And
So who are the guys you pick? They're just new. Who do you get then? Guys who are fat guys?
No, I got there's a guy that I fought as an amateur.
Okay.
That I used him for the first half of the round, and he was a beautiful look for my opponent. Did everything exactly the fucking same as on film. And then we brought in another guy who is undefeated as well, and they were splitting time on me. But you have to understand, like at an American Top Team, like they're still, even though everybody there's a good fighter, there's still levels to the fighters. So if somebody wanted two people to split a round on them, unless it's, Johnny Evelyn or Dustin Poirier or somebody like that, that's super high level, and they're having just random guys in the gym split rounds on them, it'll be good for them. But if they have a guy like me split rounds on them, and then a guy like, let's say, I'm trying to give an example.
So the champ is in your gym too. He's your buddy.
Yeah, he's actually been helping me do a lot of sparring for this fight coming up. Me and him were just going at it today. I
always trip on that.
Yeah, the last 3 sparring sessions, we've been fucking killing each other. So they've been really competitive, really good rounds, like in your face fighting. We're like we're fucking each other up.
How many fights do you have left on your contract?
This one.
This one? Oh shit! So oh wow, god damn, that's what I'm saying, dude. This fight's fucking crazy.
Yeah, I know. There's a lot on the line for me too. So the last one on my contract.
Hey, when I told you that I had Norbert on, did you feel like your boy cheated on you?
No.
Okay.
I was a little surprised, a little caught off guard, but
okay. Because when I had him on, I was like, "Fuck!" In the morning, I was like, "Okay, just pretend like you don't know Dalton. Pretend like you don't know Dalton." And then I just couldn't keep it in anymore. I'm like, "Hey, dude, I gotta tell you something. I love Dalton. He's been on the show a bunch." And he's like, "Really?" I'm like, "Yeah, dude. Want him to fucking mash your face."
How do you react to that?
He was cool. He's as cool. He's like you. He's just a fucking cool fucking dude who's all in, who just, you know what I mean? Fucking, he got the story, dude. His dad fucking divorced his mom. He got fucking his mom married a dude who beat the shit out of her. You know what I mean? He just got the story. And then he fucking 13, he found fighting, and he's just this. I mean, you know the story.
I don't know all that.
But you know what I mean? It's the fighter story. I mean, you like been through some shit, right?
Yeah.
Just like you. You know what I mean? Yeah. The interesting thing with you though, for sure, is that I always think about that like you're only 28, but you're still already you're all grown up. Like there's no you can't like call your mom and dad and be like, "Hey, I'm coming home."
Yeah.
Like at 28, I was like, "Hey, fuck, that job didn't work out. Can I come back to my bedroom?" You know what I mean? There's no like, you're all in. It's and I love to hear that you're just living the fight life, that you are just you're undistracted, singularly focused.
You gotta be, man. If you're distracted in this, it's not gonna last long.
Is your girl coming to Dublin?
Yeah, she'll be there. I think she gets in on Thursday as well.
And how do you make that decision to bring her or not?
So I don't bring anybody with me like to the fight except for my coaches. Anybody that's actually gonna physically help me with the fight.
Right.
Her and her family come out to watch. You know what I mean? My friends have the.
So they know not to burden you. They like, it's not like, "Hey, can I stay with you?" Or call you in the middle of the night. "Hey, did you turn off the stove? Who fed the dog?" It's like they're there. They stay on the outer circle just like a regular homie.
Yeah.
Well, that's good. That's smart. That sounds like a real healthy relationship. And she's cool with that. You have someone who's cool with that.
Yeah, they know I gotta be dialed in. I gotta focus on the fight. So last fight, I got away from that a little bit because I didn't think it mattered. You know, I figured like, no, I'm so fucking good at this. I'm a great fighter. Changing this a little bit probably won't fucking matter. And I got out of my tunnel vision. So
So it did change you. Let me go. So maybe let me. So it did change you, the loss. Like you
no, so
like
let me explain it like this.
okay.
Before that fight, I was the same way I am right now.
Uh-huh.
Leading up to the fight, I was the same way I am right now. But I was so, I don't want to say fool myself because I had full belief in my abilities and I still do. But I was so overconfident of the fact that like I thought that I could beat that kid on my absolute worst day. I was wrong because I had one of my worst days. That might not have been my absolute worst, but I still had a pretty bad day and I couldn't beat him on that day. You know, had a beautiful first round, second, third round, not so much. You know, and you know, you sit there and try to assess the loss after what you did wrong, what you could have did better, what you could have did in fight camp, what you could have did on fight day, what you could have did in the cage, what you could have did leading up to the fight. And it's usually a sum of a bunch of different things that led to your demise. You know, it's not one singular thing that led to me having a shitty performance. So all the little things that I changed that fight, like that fight week where I was like, that don't matter. You know, I was a little bit too like strict with the way that I handled things before my last fights. And, you know, I was too serious and I need to just live a little bit. And, you know, that lasted one fight, you know, and that wasn't the singular reason as to why that happened, the outcome that happened. But I believe it's one of the many reasons that happened. So every little thing that I did different that I think that could have caused that result, you know, right back to fucking normal.
Sevon clearly is probing that question. He wants to go to Dublin and see if he can hang out with Dalton. Hey, when I lost my when I got fired from a job in I don't know 2020, and I immediately I started like throwing shit overboard. By that I mean like tell the gardener he can only come once every 2 weeks. Don't re-up my Sirius XM. Like I just start like clean my house, stop drinking. You know what I mean? Like so, like reduce. Right? Oh, that's a cool effect. Did you see what your computer just did?
Yes, I saw it.
That's dope. That's just your computer just does that?
It's an iPad that I'm actually using, but yeah, the camera adjusts.
Oh, that was sick.
So this guy moving behind me, so I decided to sit back and
the 14-pound Frenchie.
14 and a half, and then here's the other one. Got both of them.
Are those boy and girl?
Yep.
They
this
bone?
Pegasus, and that's Athena. They try.
Can they have kids?
I got Athena fixed, so
okay.
She can't now. But
before,
I thought they for sure were about to have kids. Before I thought she did get got, but she was fertile.
Hey, so, but that's what I'm hearing you did. You had the fight, you came back, you assessed, and there were things that were in the program that got pushed, that hadn't been in before.
Yeah, so like,
that got pushed back out. Like, okay, you got to get back out. You can't be in the circle.
Yeah.
Good on you,
I'll
dude.
I'll just fucking tell you. I was so relaxed that fight and so fucking confident in myself. I was out at a fair in South Dakota until 2 hours before my fight.
A fair?
I was at a fucking fair, walking around, hanging out with my friends at a fair.
Wow.
In South Dakota. I was doing shit like that. You know what I mean? And like I said, I'm not in the business to make excuses. I'm not going to say that's why I lost the fight. It's not.
Right.
But that just goes to show you that I was too confident in myself. You know what I mean? I need to realize that these fighters that I'm fighting are capable fighters, and they train hard just like I do. And they're professional fighters, and they've done this for most of their life. And if I fuck up and I'm not on my shit, they can take advantage of it. You know what I mean? And I think that day I just got a little bit too egotistical. You know what I mean? I thought in that fight too, we were in the clinch. I know Aaron Jeffrey, every single fight, likes to hold his opponents against the fence, and it seems like nobody could ever get away. And then he got me there, and I circled him super easy. You know, and I'm like, the fuck? You know what? We were watching on film, and I got in my own head. instead of sticking to the game plan where my coach is like, stay on the outside, stick and move, box, kick, everything that was working and everything that we game plan. I got away from the game plan because I'm thinking in my head, this dude's weak. You know, I'm way stronger than him. I just circled him back on the cage so easy. And then I'm digging uppercuts to the body. He's throwing knees back, touching me. It's not hurting me. But, you know, I'm like, I can play this game all day long. You know, this dude wants to go for a point victory. I'll beat him at that. I'll beat him at his own game. And that's another part where the ego came into play, where I should have just listened to my coach. We had a game plan in place. I got away from it. You know what I mean? Because of my ego. And it's just like little things like this. Whenever you assess the situation, you have to sit with it for so long. It's been 10 months. You know, fight time will be 10 months since I fought last, 10 and a half months, whatever it is. I had that long to sit with this and assess the situation and think about it at training. And if I ended up in a situation in training where I was at in the fight and I was losing in the fight, and then let's say I still lost it, I'm like, fuck, like that happened in my fight. And the same shit fucking just happened right now. Next time at practice, that ain't fucking happening again. And then I fucking go through the same process the next day and next day and next day until it's finally fucking fixed, you know? And, like I said, there's some other shit that will never see the light of day in anybody's fight camp. A lot of fighters get injured. They go through shit during fight camp, and a lot of it will never see the light of day unless people are excuse makers or people like to lighten up a picture of them or like how people view them. I'm not that guy. Every fighter goes through it, and at the end of the day, it was those little things that I told you that made the difference for me, I think.
Hey, so you know how they say in sports, like, don't admire your work. So you know what I mean? Like, so in tennis, I see my kids do that. They hit a good shot, and I do it too. You admire your shot, and then the guy fucking returns it, and you didn't get back to position. Is it kind of like that when you spun off the
100%.
spun around him? You kind of like admire your work for a split second, and it's not like that. There's knives and shit and guns flying around, bullets flying around everywhere. You can't admire your work.
100%, bro. And I do that sometimes in sparring. You know, you land a fucking good combination. You do something you're working on with the pads with your coach, you know, and 9 times out of 10 people can't hit that, you know, and then all of a sudden you're the guy in the gym that's able to hit it, and then you hit it in sparring, and then next thing you know, you admire your work for a second, and then boom, boom, you get returned on.
Yeah.
You know? And it's like, fuck, well, I should have had my hands up, or I shouldn't have fucking sat there and paused after because I was so fucking fascinated with what I did. Do that shit in sparring too, and I got away from that too. That's where like the little nuances like that is where I think I've grown the most. And there's obviously more places I've grown: skill, you know, mental toughness, my just more physical ability, strength, speed. I've been doing a lot of shit with hand weights this fight camp, ankle weights, shit like that, just trying to increase the speed of my movement, the endurance in my movement. Same thing with my shoulders. I'm using fucking bands. So I'm attaching bands behind my arms, attaching them to my wrist while I'm using hand weights and shit like that. Boxing with those on. Hitting pads with 18, 20-ounce gloves. Hitting the bag with 18, 20-ounce gloves as opposed to 8 to 10-ounce gloves, which most people usually use. You know, just changing shit like that, making things harder for myself when they don't have to be, you know, intentionally making them harder.
In the second round with Aaron Jeffries, the second round's over, and you go to the corner, you go to the bench and the stool. Does Mike Brown tell you that too? Does he say to you, "Hey, does he say you're not following the game plan?"
Yeah, he's like, why are you wrestling? Don't stop wrestling. You don't need to wrestle him. You're outboxing him. There's like a huge skill difference on the feet. That you're faster, you're stronger, you're more powerful. He can't hit you. Just check the calf kick and stop wrestling. And fucking, I listened to him for 30 seconds. And then after that, the next round, back to wrestling, you know? And I think a lot of that was because I got tired in the first round with all that clinching that I did. I got a little bit tired. And then in my head, like instinctually, subconsciously, I'm thinking, I need the takedown. I didn't say that to myself during the fight. But watching back on the fight, I'm even watching. I'm like, why the fuck are you wrestling? Why am I taking shots? Why are you just on his leg? Like, it's like, so people like will sit there and watch the fight. It's like, why is he doing that? Is he dumb? Is he this? Like, it's like sometimes like you're not even like fucking mentally there. You know what I mean? Like you're not processing your thoughts. Your body's kind of just acting on its own. And they would think it was a little bit of that too, you know, because after the fight, I'm watching the fight. I'm like, why the fuck are you shooting? You know, you're fucking tagging them up on the feet. Everything I'm doing on the feet's working. I was rarely missing. The only time I was missing is whenever I'm throwing big looping hooks that I'm starting the combination with, you know what I mean? And lunging in on them. The only time I'm getting hit is with a calf kick. You know, it's the same thing. Mike told me to check it. And then if I don't shoot on them, I don't end up in front headlocks, and I don't have to have 200 pounds on my neck weighing me down, making me more tired than I already am. So, yeah,
what about Dustin's fight with the French dude? Like they're fucking yelling at him, no more guillotines, and he just fucking he's like a fucking dog that just like he just couldn't stop doing that. Like
I said, sometimes I'm not going to let it happen again. You know, I learned my fucking lesson. I learned it the hard way.
Yeah.
But sometimes that shit happens. Your brain just shuts off and your body just fights. You know, it's just instinctual at that point, and whether it's for the better or for the worse, sometimes that's just what it is.
Yeah, that was stressful watching Dustin do that.
Yeah.
Even for me, it gave me fucking anxiety. I'm just at home on my couch with my feet up. I'm like, Jesus Christ. I mean, thank God he won that fight. But that's what you're talking about, right? They're yelling at him to stop, and he just can't.
Yeah. It's like I said, looking back on the fight, he's probably like, why the fuck do I do that? You know what I mean? But like, there's also the fact that it's not that he might be blatantly not listening to his coaches. He might feel something that the coaches don't see.
Right.
You know? And then also, like I said, then there's the instinctual part of it where he's just like thinking like he can get it. You know, it's just there. I'm going to go for it. I'm going to take the risk. You know, if I go for this 10 times, I might get it on the 10th time. I might miss it the first 9, but I'll get it on the 10th. You know? So.
Mason Mitchell, Jeremy, his girlfriend was into CrossFit. We did sanctional team in Montreal in 2020. COVID hit, and we just flew back home after. Oh, were you on her team, Mason?
She told me about that story. They were like, they were forcing them to go across the border, or else they'd be stuck in Canada or something like that.
Oh, yeah. I remember that. It's crazy. Was this dude on her team, Mason Mitchell?
I don't know.
Hey, is she still doing training to do WWE?
Right now, she's healing from a surgery she had, and she's doing some real estate and stuff right now. But I'm pretty sure that she's still trying to do the wrestling.
Is Florida home for you?
Yeah, this is where I stay 75% of the time. I'm down here strictly for American Top Team to train. If it weren't for that, I wouldn't be living down here, dude.
You'd be in Pittsburgh?
100%, bro. I love it up there. I'm not a fan of Florida. I'm not a beach guy.
Hey, how the fuck are you not a beach guy? That sounds like a mental disorder, dude. What's wrong with you? Why aren't you a beach guy?
I like the hills, the valleys, the mountains.
All right, I can see that.
I like the hunting. I like being able to go to the woods and not being surrounded by cars and traffic and like being alone and like trying to like be able to hunt a fucking deer or a bear or something else with no interruptions.
Amen. All right, makes sense.
There's a lot to it.
How about I hadn't been into football in fucking since Joe Montana and Steve Young and Jim Plunkett. Like this is like back in the 80s. But a buddy of mine, his son is the quarterback for the Chicago Bears. And he's been coming on the show a bunch. He's a great dude. And his quarterback, I think the quarterback that was on his team switched to your team. Did Justin Fields go to the Yeah. Are you guys glad to get Justin Fields?
I'm fucking super excited about that, man.
You are.
Yeah, I think Kenny Pickett sucked.
That was the quarterback before?
Yep.
And what happens to him? Does Justin start over him?
No, he got shipped off to Philadelphia for like a 6th or 7th round draft pick. And we got Justin Fields for a 6th round draft pick as well. So, and now we got Russell Wilson on a 1-year contract as well, vet minimum.
And do you watch every single game?
Every single Steelers game, yeah.
Yeah, that's what I mean, yeah.
Yeah. I try to watch most of the NFL games, but it's hard to – when you're in Florida, you don't get most of them anyway, so you only get Dolphins games down here and occasional Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Yeah, it's fucking crazy hard watching football. Last year, I tried to watch all the Chicago Bear games. I feel like I spent like $700 on like different packages, and I still couldn't fucking watch like 3 games or maybe 4.
Did you do like the NFL ticket and YouTube TV and all that shit?
Yeah, stuff like that. Yeah. Chasing it around to Amazon and fucking wherever, Netflix or wherever they pop up also in other places. It's a mess. I don't like it.
Yeah, the Thursday night football is on Amazon. I think, is it Sunday night or Monday nights on Peacock? And then I think.
Oh yeah, I got Peacock too.
Yeah.
I just saw my subscription for that renewed. I was like, fuck, I got to cancel that.
I do that all the time, man. You see the bill pop up, and you're like, well, forgot to do that again.
Yeah.
Next month.
I'm so stoked for this fight, dude. I'm so pumped for you. What a tremendous opportunity. And thanks for coming on so close to the fight. You sound so squared away. This truly is like this is one of the most excited I've ever been about fights, and I watch all the fucking UFC fights, and I'm just so pumped for this. And you've added so much like texture to it, especially since you're 8-1. This guy's 5-0 or 7-0. And then also that your contract's coming up. This could be crazy. I guess we'll talk afterwards, but because you're not speculating on after this victory, what doors could open.
Yeah, no, I'm just focusing on Northern Venue right now. Like I said, there's people that wanted to plan trips with me after this fight. I'm like, listen, like I don't even want to plan a trip. I just want to focus on going to Dublin, getting a win, and coming home. I want to go there. I want to get a win on my record. I want to get my win bonus check. And I want to fucking come home, and then I'll sort out the rest of the shit after.
Awesome. Hey, dude, you the man. Thanks for coming on. I can't wait to talk to you after the fight.
I appreciate it, bro. Thank you so much.
All right. Later, Dalton.
Yep. Have a good one, bro.
Whoo! Damn. Standy Randy, yeah, come back. You're good to look at. Yeah, Jesus Christ, you gave him a 7 out of 10 at first? My God. Go for the American. Fuck that other douche. Rosta all the way. Yeah, Dalton's been so good to me in the show. Man, dude. I'm stressed about it. Dude's a beast. I can't even imagine at 28 having... God, I was still running back home to mommy. He's just taking complete control of his life. It's funny, tennis coach was saying to me about even today, even about Avi, who's only 9. He's like, yeah, at some point, the coaching diminishes and it becomes a partnership. And I was just kind of like listening to what he means by that. I'm like, this kid's only fucking 9. But like, I can hear it in Dalton's voice. Like, you have to take so much fucking responsibility for everything. I mean, no one's doing a thing for him. I mean, the coaches can only do so much, and it's not really that much, even though they're vital to the success, to the game plan. Takeaway from Ken Walters: if you don't wear a hat, if you want Standy Randy to rate you, yeah. All right. I can't even believe how small the UFC shows are. I can't even believe it. What's wrong with people? It's the fucking greatest sport. How are the MMA shows so small? Bunch of douches. I don't care. Listen, today there's these 2 guys, some of you who are in the fight scene. Anyway, when someone asks me, "Hey, who have you had on the show?" I don't ever mention a single fucking CrossFitter. I'm always like Patrick Bet David, Kayla Harrison, Alexander Volkanovski, Richard Johnson, author of The Fat Switch, Sam Apple, biographer of Otto Warburg. I'm not like, I don't want to say any CrossFitter's name and offend them, but I never ever fucking like, yeah, I say a flat earther. Yeah, totally. I'd say a flat earther before I said a CrossFitter. A CrossFitter. David Lucas. Yeah, thank you. Thank you, Mason. Hans Kemp. It's not because I don't love the CrossFitters and I appreciate them coming on the show, but it's like, Jesus. David Lucas. What a mess that show was. Liver King. Yeah. Liver King. I think it was the second. The first one I did was with Paul Saladino. I see Tyson Bagent. How about the fighter today knew who Laura Horvat was? That was crazy. Yeah, man, wow. If Dalton wins this fight, damn, Hunter Biden got fucked up. What does it say? Biden hugs Hunter on tarmac after federal conviction. First son Hunter Biden found guilty of all counts in historic criminal trial. President gives statement after first son's conviction. Juror speaks out after guilty verdict. Americans react to Hunter Biden's conviction. Dude, if that's my kid, I fucking give him a fucking pardon. Sorry. I don't care. He gets a straight pardon. You know what I mean? Only 4 counts versus Trump's 34. Yeah, but Trump did. What did Trump do? He supposedly paid legal fees out of the wrong account. As opposed to fucking buying a gun and lying on your gun application and then throwing the gun in a dumpster that someone found. It's like, Jesus criminy. How are those two even closely in the same world? Biden will pardon him, but Biden will pardon him.
Joe Biden will pardon him, and use that as an excuse to bow out of the race.
I don't know. What do you do? Yeah, those were the two things, right? The valuation of his building, even though he paid the loan back, and then he fucked some chick and she was going to. He didn't want her to talk about it, so he gave her money. And then that money came out of like his personal expense when it should have come out of his campaign expense. Was it some weird shit? It's like, dude, give him a slap on the wrist and fine him or don't. But fuck, 6 weeks in fucking court. My God, what a waste of our taxpayers' money. Jesus, Sebby, you sound like Biden. I was having fun with the words. Dick Butter, you're talking like Biden now. Yeah, I was having fun with the words. I'm always trying to do like a bit or something, and sometimes they go sideways. There's a billboard where I live, picture of Trump and Epstein shaking hands. Think it says never forget or something like that. Trump broke federal campaign laws allegedly by classifying his hush money payment as legal services. It was supposed to be marked as campaign expenditure. How that violates New York laws is mysterious to me. It should have been classified as legal services, but it was supposed to be marked as. So if I'm running for office and I don't want some chick I bang to talk about my cock size and I pay her money, and it's so that I don't get in bed. I mean, what's the argument there is that they have to prove that he didn't want, that he thought it would affect his campaign if she came out and said he had a small dick. Fucking doesn't even make. I am not slim. I'm chublito right now. Oh yeah, Kenneth DeLapp. You're right about Tommy G's RFK video. Yeah, don't watch it. I ended up liking RFK. It sucked. I liked RFK so much after I watched that. The end game is to take away his Secret Service details, so some whack job will take that as a green light. Wow. How is anyone okay with 24-hour fitness? Why doesn't like the NAACP or something just fucking go to war with BLM? I don't understand. I just don't understand how BLM works. Like, can't you just be like, okay, $2 billion in damage in black neighborhoods, 3,000 black businesses closed down, excess mortality in the black community by gun violence after George Floyd, up by 600 deaths per year. Just start explaining it. Like, why can't you just explain it? Like, hey, that didn't work. Like none of the money was given to so and so. They're trying to trick your black kids into thinking George Floyd was a hero. Like, I don't know how. I just don't fucking get it. I don't get how people are someone in my comment says, I don't like this content of yours. It's like, hey, listen, I don't like that content of mine either. I don't want to have to fucking do it. I don't want to have to do it. How does it make sense? Like your IG post, destroy statues, no arrest, teenagers drive over pride flags on street with scooters, felony. Yeah. If you don't want to like RFK, watch his interview with Charlemagne. Oh, Charlemagne. Is Charlemagne a tranny? I was looking at pictures of Charlemagne. What's wrong with him? What happened to him? Did he go down the Eddie Murphy route? Like he just had too much did he just have too much, like what happened to that guy? He is bizarre looking. Look at this. Hey, listen, I'll take the homeless look over the super coiffed look any day. I ain't doing this. Look at this guy. This is just, he is how do I make it bigger? He is a trip. Yeah, I don't want all my, I guess it's like my food. Like I'm one of those people, like I don't care if my food all just on my plate. Like I prefer it actually. I like to eat out of a bowl. I like to eat out of a bowl. So everything just kind of in there. And I can choose and mix stuff and do stuff. I don't want all my features like Charlemagne's, like all being distinguished from the other. I just want to have a face. I don't need my eyebrows completely separated from I don't need all my shit separated. Jeremy World, the god of what? Taking dick? Yeah. Oh, they got pictures of this dude. Really? Wow. Is that true? You think the CIA got this dude? There's an absolute epidemic of AI videos rewriting history. All AI images and the same creepy AI voices, all made to spoof psyop divisions. Oh, interesting. When I was watching the P. Diddy shit, man, it just seemed like just AI shit everywhere. We are like in so many ways. I'm definitely paying the $500 for a GG comp. Yeah, I mean, basically, that is, I mean, if it goes perfectly the way I see it, it'll be in his backyard in that gym. There'll be like 6 men and 6 female athletes. It'll just be 2 hours of workouts on Saturday, 2 on Sunday. Or maybe we do 2 on Friday and 2 on Saturday. We stream it and then Sunday it's party. It's just an excuse to get together and party. The $500 is like so that no one comes except cool people like Ken. And it's 2 days and we'll have a taco truck there and have everyone. Oh, the cathedral. Yes, the cathedral. Sorry, the cathedral. And the BSI cathedral. And don't tell the athletes this, but it would be cool, like to give all the athletes like $1,000 stipend, just for showing up, and then have them qualify through the Crash Crucible or some videos shows we do online here, like let people call in and qualify, and then give away fucking $10,000 to the first place woman and first place dude, and that's it. It's a wrap. But really, we just hang out for 3 days. The excuse of like people who listen to this podcast who just want to hang out and just like take a vacation. That's part of the expenditure. Just use all that money just to make it fun. Just pay. It's like a rave. Like, I don't even like bring whatever you want. Have a shitload of alcohol, hang out with Greg, swim in his big ass 35 by 70 foot pool or whatever the fuck that thing is. I think he'd be into it. Wouldn't it be funny? It's like a frat. I don't pay for friends. Well, this when you get, then you're not gonna be there. Yeah, it is gonna be like a frat. It's a bunch of fucking homies get together and throwing money and get a keg. That's exactly what it is. Under the guise of it being a CrossFit competition. But I got this other idea too. You guys want to hear this other idea? I don't know if I should tell you this one. I'm gonna save this one. This other idea is great too. Some just pouring with good ideas. I wanted to pitch it to a sponsor today. I wonder if oh, chats. No. If you come in this bathing suit, I bet you get in. I bet you if you come in that bathing suit, you get in. I bet for like free. I run everything by Sousa. What do you mean? Do you need to? I run everything by Sousa. I get calls from Sousa. Maybe you shouldn't have said that. Very rarely. I'm just joking. No, I don't. No, you don't have to hoe yourself out. You just have to. You don't have to hoe yourself out. You just have to come in that bathing suit. Sebon, did you ever see the clip of RFK getting pulled off Kill Taylor stage by his wife? She ran up and said, "Don't do accents," and took over interview. No shit. RFK kill Tony. He's got a wife. Was it supposed to be funny that she did it? Damn, he's got a great body. Okay, let me see. Here we go. Let me see it. Here we go. 7 seconds at a time. Sorry, guys. Here we go.
There were 2 leprechauns. And they were knee-walking drunk. They were so drunk.
Let's not do.
Oh, she's banging too, huh?
Make some noise for Cheryl Hines, everybody.
Oh, wait, she doesn't have his last name? He's a cuck? And she got the plastic cup, so she got her swerve on?
I'm just saying, I think that's a minute.
Oh, come on, dude. She didn't pull him off stage. That's the bit. She's supposed to do that. What are you talking about? Jesus Christ. No, shut up. No, Mason. No, come on. Let me see. Cheryl Hines nude. Cheryl Hines nude photo collection. Oh shit, they're all oh, I don't think. Oh. Wow. Okay. Oh man, I have to like approve every one when I click it. I don't think this is her. Huh. Must be a different Cheryl Hines. Oh, no. Maybe it is her. Holy shit. Wow. Maybe it is her. So him and Trump got something in common? Wow. Okay. Who knows, right? Maybe it's AI. Was she a porn star? Uh, 4150 mark of last week's Kill Taylor. It's a different Kill Tony. It's a different angle. Oh. Huh. You forgot to share the screen. Not this time. I didn't. All right. Tomorrow morning, Greg Glassman. Is tomorrow Wednesday? What is tomorrow? Tomorrow's Wednesday? Greg Glassman tomorrow. Hattie can you on Thursday. Friday, Russell Berger will be calling 24-hour fitness. Oh shit. Oh shit. I gotta tell Russell. Oh shit, Russell Berger. Did you see 24-hour fitness doesn't allow flags? USA flags. That's amazing. Oh, so that's going to be a crazy show. I agree. Last week's Greg Glassman show was really good. Yeah, it was amazing. I agree. Last week's show was great. Are you still uploading your shows on Rumble? I don't know. It used to happen automatically, and YouTube put something in to block that. Oh, did you know, by the way, the first episode of the behind the scenes from Compton, Carlson, where the fuck were we? The West Coast Classic. What's the name of that town? How come I can't remember the name of that town? I can't remember it. But anyway, West Coast Classic from Compton. Excuse me. Probably be released. Carson. Jeez Louise. Thank you. You guys have made me lazy. I'm blaming you. The West Coast Classic from Carson, episode 1 of the behind the scenes will be behind the paywall any second now. Tonight, tomorrow, the next day, something soon. Because I saw a copy of it pop up in my inbox. And that means it's done. So that'll be going behind the paywall. Time to become a member. What other wares do I have to peddle? Paper Street Coffee, California Peptides, Heat One app. There used to be this really cool commercial of the Matuthian where it just rolled into the scene. It was really short. Nope, not that. That's one I haven't ever shown. I need to show that one soon. I need to get Thomas DeLauer back on here. Talk to him about sugar.
You don't even have to want to do CrossFit. You don't have to want to be a coach. You don't have to want to be a trainer. If you just want the operating
Do I have a moose knuckle in that video?
You don't even have to want to do CrossFit. You don't have to want to be a coach. You don't have to want to be a trainer. If you just want the operating manual to...
I started seeing commercials come in for the affiliate campaign contest. We're making 5 commercials as kind of demos before we release, so I can show you guys examples of what they look like. Whew, they're cool. Wow, they're cooler than I ever thought they were. Jeffrey Birchfield, I will be helping with a chemistry teacher conference, so I'll be out of pocket for the next couple of days. Out of pocket. Yeah. Thomas DeLauer just did a big video on out of pocket. What the fuck's wrong with you? You corporate stooge. Bulging. Thank you, bulging. Thomas DeLauer just did a big video on allulose. Says it's actually helps to lose fat. Yeah. Crazy, right? I'll show you this thing. I eat these. This company here. Oh, here, look at.
Is it safe?
That one. Where's my allulose commercial? Oh, here, watch this. I've actually I don't know if I know I've never shown this. I don't even know if I've watched this all the way through myself yet. Here we go. so bad. Fuck, those bars are so good. That's a shame that's so bad. That is such a bad commercial. Damn it. I need to call the guy, Dan. I eat those bars. The interesting thing is I'll eat like one of those a night. Maybe that's why I haven't been drinking alcohol. But I'll eat like one of those a night, and maybe that's why people keep saying my skin looks nice. But I'll eat one of those at night and after dinner. And he said it's like a Twix. I don't think it's like a Twix at all. It's shaped like a Twix. I think it's more like a Snicker bar. Personally, it's so fucking chewy and so filling, and it's tiny. And I never feel, you know how normally when you eat candy you feel weirded? You don't feel any of that shit. I invited that dude to Greg's last BSI event. He brought like 20 cases of those, and I've been just like, it's crazy. Maybe that's why people say I look thinner. I've been eating allulose. Anyway, the guy who's on the board for that company, Richard Johnson, wrote The Fat Switch. And that's the book that Greg read that made, I was there and Greg read this fucking chapter in his book. He goes, I'm never drinking beer again. And he stopped drinking beer. Because of something he read in that book about type 2 diabetes and yeast and the connection between them and uric acid. Anyway, so that guy who wrote that book's coming on the show, and he's also on the board of that company, RX Sugar. No. Twix and Snicker, not the same thing. No, I think Twix is like crunchy, isn't it? Or am I thinking of Kit Kat? Maybe you're right. Magnus. Maybe I'm thinking of Kit Kat. Speaking of corporate, my boss told me today that if I'm up for promotion, they're going to pick DEI people first. Yeah. I had a buddy recently at his job get offered a promotion. They said they gave it to him, and then 2 weeks later said, sorry, we like just straight up, we have to give it to a woman. And then 2 months later, they ended up giving him a promotion anyway. Fucking weird. It's weird that they say that shit out loud now. Sorry, we have to give it to a white guy. Imagine if they said that. Sev, hey, what's up, BJ? Good to see you here. Loved your fighting. What's all the hype about 0 acre cooking oil? I don't know what that is. Babe Ruth is pretty good. I haven't had one in 20 years, but pretty good. I guess I should take RFK's wife nudes off my screen. Let me see if this girl responded to me in my Instagram before I go. Let me see what's going on in here. 12 Daily Doses got in the mix. Of course, being a douche canoe. Oh, here we go. These posts are where I don't like what you say. Your CrossFit stuff is good. This is bad. Island Lifestyle. I said I love black people and don't have tolerance for pedos. I'm a free speech advocate. And then these people just got my back. It's so weird that 12 Daily Doses always goes after the church. I don't get it. Where's his stuff? Oh. Knowingly harbors pedophiles. I didn't see Christianity anywhere on this list. Fine. Then I don't care. Fine. And you're doing the rainbow pride thing because of drag queen. Not drag queen. Drag queens everywhere. Read a book to kids. It's like, I don't understand the minimization of hurting kids. Here we go. Listen to this. This is 12 Daily Doses plans from the chat. Nobody in the gay trans pride community is normalizing pedos. how does he not think that? I see it every single fucking day. Some new video with a trans person with a kid. Doing inappropriate shit. Tits out, ass rubbing in their face, putting dollars in their fucking clothes. Dudes dressing up as women hanging out with kids isn't weird on the reg. Or a drag queen reading a book that the entire gay community is not on it. Yeah, they're not on it. I don't know. They're not. There's no evidence that Pride is a pedo enabler. There's plenty of fucking evidence. It's where they fucking hide, dude. Unless you're like the wacko people who want to defund the police because of a few bad cops, it's not like that, dude. It's not like that. Comparing police have a function that we've all agreed upon needs to be done. There's no need in normalizing enforcing trans shit on kids. But I don't think that's the extreme you want to go. Gay people are gay. Dude, those aren't even parallels. Straight people are straight. Yeah, why are you conflating the two? You're conflating the two, Mr. Plange. I'm not conflating them. I'm completely okay with my gayness. I'm not okay with the pedos hanging out with my gayness. Pedos are pedos, come in all shapes and sizes. Of course they do. They don't discriminate and they're all evil. Fine. But they've attached themselves to a movement that's about the kind of love people want to have between grown adults. Yeah, public school. This is, well, Anyway, absolutely disgusting. Yeah. They will also allow you to bring your whole dick to the ladies' shower. That's amazing. Well, it'll be fun. It'll be fun with Russell Berger. You always hear the falsehood that there's no connection between child sex abuse and LGBTQ+. There are studies on this. Pedophilia is a much greater yeah, of course. Of course. Hey, and listen, it's not the church that causes that, but anywhere you have I guarantee, look, prison. You want to go straight to prison? Like the prison scene, anywhere you got huge numbers, large dudes, huge numbers of guys congregating where women aren't allowed, weird shit's going to happen. No more letting 12 daily doses rent space in your head, homie. Lost and can't be found. Yeah, but I got to, because we need a representative of we kind of need a representative here, a foil. You know what I mean? We need someone who hasn't. What do you think it is? Do you think well, I shouldn't go there. I wonder what it is that blocks him from seeing that. Why, like in every post like that, he's defending it. This was my favorite post I've ever done. It's a shame. What do I have 168 likes. I should just kill myself. That's like, those are kill yourself numbers, right? 168 likes. My Uber driver merged onto the highway at 32 miles an hour. Guesses on ethnicity. I was so bummed when it wasn't a woman. Hey, so what happened was he got on the freeway in the wrong direction at 32 miles an hour, and I knew he was going to have to turn around, so I hurried up and got my phone out. I'm like, I'm going to film this. It was crazy. Interestingly, even in church, the problem of sex abuse isn't by male heterosexual clergy. Yeah, of course not. I mean, yeah, well said, Bernie. Hey, and just like it's not women either. Sorry, women, you're out. Zachary Cadets, those 168 are definitely all of us. I know. I'm in this chat today and Spin and Hiller are comparing posts where they've gotten over 1 million views. Like, god damn it. That's like a post that had 168 views. Can't get a view for the fucking life of me. Oh, do you guys want to hear some juicy shit? I really should go to bed. Not go to bed, but I should go in the house. I saw this. Hiller explained this to me today. So I asked Hiller where he got all those clips from his video. I'm like, hey, is that like how did you get all that stuff? I gotta play this for you again. Here we go.
It would be great to have you back with Sevon.
I miss Brian Friend. Yeah, man, that was fun. Brian and I had a fucking thing going, didn't we? Fuck.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, I am really hopeful that at some point he and I can do something together again.
We were crushing.
I'm kicking ass and I can let off the gas pedal.
I do think at this point that we're planning on doing Crucible.
We were crushing.
I don't think we're. So I said, hey, when did he say that? And he said you were saying that at the same time. He said our shows were on like basically at the same time or within a few hours of each other. I don't think Brian and I are doing the Crucible together. I don't think we're not doing anything together. That doesn't mean that I didn't have a good time with him when we did stuff. Yeah, he was the golden boy. Yeah, I agree. But I was like, when did he say that? And he's like, oh, he just a couple of days ago. I don't. If I did say that, I apologize. I'm not making any plans for the Crucible yet. I mean, I'm definitely going there and filming it and streaming it if JR will have me and blow that shit up. But I haven't picked the team for that.
I brought him on the CrossFit podcast at HQ.
Amazing day, great day.
What does it mean in terms of preparation for tomorrow?
What does what mean? I don't know. If that was
We've
the
been
question,
working together for like 2 days. I mean, we are me and Brian are intimate.
Oh, Brian, yeah.
Just super honest. There's some stuff that they're doing over there that I don't really want to be a part of.
There's some stuff over here that he doesn't really. I'm like, when did he say that? I wonder, does he really like? Listen. The reason why he's not here is because of that. He doesn't want to be a part of anything that's over here. Not some stuff, no stuff. But could someone really not want to be a part of Kill Taylor? What do you think he was referencing? What do you think Brian was referencing there? There's some stuff I don't want to be a part of. When I saw this, I thought this was just shit that I didn't think there was any truth to any of this. I thought it was just Frank and bit together for comedy's sake. But Hiller's like, no, he said that. Like, listen, dude. Listen, you jackass. Listen, Brian. I don't know. Oh, my God. I don't know if I should just go off. Welcome to Kill Taylor, the greatest show on the internet.
The purpose of this show, Taylor, was that you don't lose.
Peter.
Pedro.
Are a handful of words that I've really made a strong oath to never say again, and you're fucking testing me on every single one of them.
Crazy. Let's go off. It's just like, dude, like, shut the fuck up. Like, if you want, like, you're not gonna be invited on here, and you already had like more than 1 million fucking chances to come on here, and you fucking shit the bed. So don't tell me like. Don't act like you can pick and choose fucking anything. You can't pick and choose nothing. Oh, no, yeah, I guess Brian could come on the MMA shows. Pick and choose. There's some things you don't like over here. Eat a dick. All right. Love you guys. Talk to you soon. Tomorrow morning, 7 a.m. Bye-bye.